Hey everyone, Thad here, and just wanted to introduce you to a new friend of mine, Josh Daggett, and he's with Living Waters Fellowship Church here in Des Moines, Iowa. And I've had an awesome time this weekend being able to hang out with him and his church here. Some of the stuff that we talk about with our Every Ethne North America team is helping churches just understand multiplication and planting churches and not being satisfied with just growing a church, but reproducing as well. And so I wanted Josh to kind of maybe just share his story a little bit about their Engage network and about 5 churches that are in this network and maybe their church plant as well, because it's kind of a really cool story. So
yeah, Thad, thanks for coming to Iowa, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're standing in actually our basement, which is where we started our church in 2008. I preached my first sermon in Philippians down here. We had about 20 people spread out on steel chairs here, and God's just blessed it. We're 9 years old now as a church. We're growing, thriving. Just bought a new church property about 5 minutes from here, here in Des Moines, and we're doing it in a pretty blue collar area. So this is kind of what most people would say, not suburbia, definitely harder ground area, but God's doing a great thing. So
tell me a little bit about just even the culture, or how do you continue to keep the pulse of evangelism and heart for people involved in your church?
Yeah, well, we belong to a Engage network of churches, so it's a small network here in Des Moines of 5 churches with one mother church, and we've had 4 church plants kind of flow off of that. And so we've started with a really strong evangelistic heart, and so from day one, we've really sought to win lost people. So we're not really trying to grab a family from the E-Free Church down the street, or trying to steal, sheep. That we're not into that. We're into kind of eradicating darkness around us, trying to figure out who can we win to Christ. That's a very specific conversation we're having all the time in our church about who can we win, who are we being involved with right now in our community, what community initiatives can we do to really engage lost people where they are, and then how do we bring them to Christ?
And so like with the gospel presentation that you do, I mean, you try and manipulate them or anything?
No. No, we talk about the gospel as it's found in the Word, which we're lost sinners. Christ is the only way for salvation. Justification happens by His blood and resurrection alone. We believe in faith alone. All the solas of Reformation, which have been celebrated in recent days. We're just preaching the Word, sharing the gospel, being winsome in our personalities, and being winsome with our community involvement. So it's not really anything new or fancy. It's just something that we're doing with a warm heart towards what the gospel.
and really trying to create a culture in your church of people doing it. So it's not just you as the leader, but like your church.
Yeah, and that's taken time. I mean, that's taken a lot of time to win people, disciple them, help them grow into that. Our network of churches is a huge encouragement to us that way. So we're always getting positive reinforcement to win lost people. Whenever we get together with lead pastor meetings, even like the men's retreat that you attended this weekend with us, we're just there to stir each other up, and to see the evidence of God's grace and His work, in our churches. So that helps keep us fueled.
Cool. Des Moines, Iowa, man, they got it going on here. They got some cool stuff, and the Lord's doing a lot of big work here. And so excited to be here, and would love to be able to help churches across North America catch this passion and this vision for multiplication and planting and just eradicating the lostness of their community. So thanks, man. Thanks for having me here. It's awesome.